Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name's Artie with CoinCasso, and this is Bitcoin Today, a show where we keep you up to date on everything cryptocurrency. In today's video, we talk about how the number of Bitcoin whales has gone up 2% since the Bitcoin halving, why Bitcoin is trading flat at about 9,400, but investors are still holding on, and some interesting news, a tokenized Ferrari. We also go over the current top cryptocurrency prices as well as a brief analysis on Bitcoin to see what it's going to do in the future. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, June 16th. Thank you so much for joining me every single day. And if you're new here and you like what you see, consider subscribing down below and ticking that notification bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. And as always, the show is sponsored by the CoinCasso cryptocurrency exchange. So if you are unsatisfied with your current cryptocurrency provider, check out CoinCasso in the link in the description below. And the first 500 users to sign up get 10 USDT for free just for registering and going through the KYC process. Let's jump into the prices of these cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is currently sitting at $9,411.51, down 0.45% from yesterday. Ethereum almost trading flat, down 0.17% at $232.71. EOS actually up 0.5% at $2.55. And Litecoin up 0.44% at $43.84. Let's jump into TradingView and see if we can predict the price of Bitcoin. Now I've got the daily chart up here on TradingView, and as you can see here, since about May 7th, we have been almost exactly trading on this line of 9,300. There have been some massive fluctuations with whales buying in and selling off, but overall the average is sitting right here at about the middle. Since June 12th, we have been trading sideways, and all indicators are pointing to the fact that it's still going to trade sideways for the next few days, unless we get some big movement through a whale or some big news in the Bitcoin world. It's going to keep trading sideways like this because all the indicators are showing that. I'd like to know your guys' opinion. Do you think Bitcoin's going to go up or down in the near future? Make sure to leave your answer in the comments down below, because on Monday next week, we're going to be doing a giveaway from all of the comments in every single video from today until Monday. Now let's jump into the news and see if there's anything interesting going on. This first article is titled "The number of Bitcoin whales has risen by 2% since the halving." Bitcoin's price rally has stalled since the cryptocurrency underwent its third halving on May 11th, but investor confidence in the cryptocurrency's long-term prospect remains strong. The halving event on May 11th saw the mining reward block on the Bitcoin's blockchain cut from 12.5 to 6.25 Bitcoins. The event was expected by many to accelerate the price uptrend from the low 3,800 seen in March. So far, though, the leading cryptocurrency by market value has failed to pick up a strong bid and continues to trade below 10,000, a level even seen 2 days before the halving. Even so, larger investors, often called whales, continue to accumulate coins. As you can see here on this chart from Glassnode, the number of accounts actually holding more than 1,000 Bitcoins has actually grown substantially since the May 11th halving. As of Tuesday, the number of Bitcoin whales as represented by the tally of unique entities holding at least 1,000 coins was 1,840. That's up nearly 2% from the level of 1,811 observed on May 1st. The metric clocked a recent high of 1,844 on Monday, a level last seen on November 2017. A steady accumulation since the halving suggests investors' confidence in long-term bullish narrative surrounding Bitcoin. Most analysts expect the cryptocurrency to rise sharply over the next 12 months on the back of the unprecedented fiscal and monetary stimulus delivered by authorities across the globe in the past 3 months. Bloomberg analysts said they expect Bitcoin to challenge the record high of 20,000 by the end of 2020. This news is cool, but also scares me because the amount of people that hold so much Bitcoin can do massive market fluctuations if they buy in or sell off at the same time. I can promise you right now, if the price gets to 10,000 again and two whales sell all of their Bitcoins, so that would be 2,000 Bitcoins, the price would drop below $8,000, thus causing a domino effect. Either people are willing to buy below that $8,000 mark and the smaller people start to buy back in, causing the price to slowly creep back up, or it causes a market panic and everybody sells off, causing the price to drop down even further. This is the main problem with Bitcoin as an asset class because of its limited availability and its restriction on the number of coins that are going to be in total existence. Scarcity is all about supply and demand. If somebody pumps in 2,000 coins into the market, the supply is much higher, but the demand's not there, causing the price to drop back down. This is why I'm so bullish on Ethereum right now, because there is no restriction on the number of Ethereum coins that can exist. And the main value in Ethereum is its utility. Most altcoins are built on the Ethereum blockchain, and more businesses, companies, and apps are building on the blockchain. From yesterday's news, we discussed how Ethereum network is actually seeing the largest volume on record. Interesting times in the cryptocurrency space. I'm very curious to see what happens between the battle of Bitcoin and Ethereum and who will end up on top. Our next article is titled Bitcoin Flat at 9,400, but investors are holding on. A languid market Wednesday in traditional markets affected Bitcoin as well, although it's been a steady 6 weeks where the world's first cryptocurrency outperformed most traditional assets. Bitcoin was trading around 9,265 as of 8 p.m. UTC, slipping 1.3% over the previous 24 hours. At midnight on Wednesday UTC, Bitcoin was changing hands around 9,500, then it dipped 1.6% as low as 9,348. The price is now below its 10 and 50-day moving averages, which is a very bearish signal for market technicians who study charts. But with little action, it looks like it's going nowhere for the time being. This article goes over the other markets, including the equities market as well as gold. But it also discusses the fact that more and more people are actually pulling their Bitcoins out of the exchanges. The number of Bitcoins in circulation on these exchanges is actually down 5%, meaning that people are withdrawing their Bitcoin and putting them in a personal wallet. I believe this is in hopes that Bitcoin will rally in the future, but they don't want it on exchanges, so they're holding it personally until the price goes back up. Then once the market gets to the point where they want to sell, they would inject that Bitcoin back into the market and sell off. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens to Bitcoin once it stops trading sideways. And onto our last article of the day, which is titled Want a Ferrari? Tokenized supercar gives European investors exposure to asset class. Crypto startup Curio Invest is selling tokens for a rare supercar valued with a $1.1 million hard cap. The tokens represent a limited edition 2015 Ferrari F12 TDF, a supercar that in 2016 was valued around $450,000, but which was listed at auction in Los Angeles for more than $1.5 million just 8 months later. Ray Fernando Verbunen, Curio Invest's co-founder, said that it's not surprising. When you look at these assets, you see that rare collectibles have outperformed the S&P 500. Classic cars and hypercars, a step above supercars, have performed the best. Since the start of 2010, the Ferrari Index, an average of the 13 most collectible Ferraris from the 1950s to the 1970s, increased over 233%. During that time frame, the S&P 500, which included its longest bull run in history, increased 173%. Verbunen says it shows supercars are a viable investment option. There are still a total of 440,000 tokens available for investors at an asking price of $1. The token is built on the Ethereum ERC20 standard. I'm telling you, everything is built on Ethereum. It's like the most used network ever, which Verbunen says will mean it can practically be traded on any exchange. The token is set up as a bond. Each token represents a share of whatever the car's ultimate sale price is. During the first 5 years, Curio Invest will only consider offers at a minimum of 20% above the $1.023 million present valuation. If after that time the car still hasn't been sold, it will go to auction to the highest bidder. When the Ferrari is sold, the proceeds will be divvied up to token holders after costs, which Verbunen estimates will range between $26,000 and $52,000, assuming it's held for the entire 5-year cycle. What an interesting concept to actually incorporate this into collectible cars. We see this in the stock market, how some applications you can buy an entire share of Amazon or Apple, but there are certain applications where you can actually buy partial shares or a fraction of a share. Meaning if you only have $100 to invest, but you really want to get into Apple, you can buy $100 worth of Apple. You won't get a whole share, but you will get a fraction of that share's value. Not many people can afford a $455,000 supercar, but if one person buys it and divvies up shares to token holders, then sells the car for a profit, takes his commission and distributes the funds to all the people that wanted to invest in that supercar in the future, that is a great idea. And I absolutely love the fact that they use this on the Ethereum network, showing how much of a utility the Ethereum network actually is. This is an extremely attractive idea to me, and I think I'm going to be looking into this to invest some money into supercars and classic cars. Let me know what side you're on in the comments below, either supercar or classic car. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value out of it. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up on your way out, and we will see you back here tomorrow.